I've been interested in the post-apocalyptic genre since I was a kid, you know, with the 80s nuclear scare and whatnot. That sort of started us thinking about like having multiple apocalypses. Having the second apocalypse, and there's this concept of things dying and maybe being regenerated, so there's like an ecological component to it that I think makes it a little more relevant as well. This older generation of people, or maybe several older civilizations, are depending on this youth to actually solve their problems, you know? But also, it left more room for the mutations to be the star of the show visually and emphasize where the power was.
Mutation.
You're gonna mutate in this way, and you're gonna have to figure out how to do it. That's some of the stuff I love in roguelikes, is that like kind of random drama that can happen on a run that you're not expecting, and that seemed exactly kind of thematically like where we wanted to go with the game anyways.
RAD. The game with so many interchanging parts, the character that's mutating, all these different possibilities.
Had some mutations that were underpowered, and then we went too far in the other direction, made them overpowered, and then we're pulling it back slowly. And we slowed Firearm down after we slowed Exobrain down, so
okay.
I can look at it.
I just compare the two. I seemed much more effective with it than Firearm.
So you were unhappy that you were effective?
It felt OP compared to Firearm.
Talk about errors we left in the game, bugs we didn't fix. There's some fun ones in there. I hope when you told the Fine 2-player folks what your biggest contribution to the team was, it was in finding exploits. He's like, yeah, you could just roll through people with this thing engaged and kill the bosses in 2 hits. We're like, well, why didn't you tell us?
I don't really think it's exploiting.
Exploits, and then we're trying to tamp those down, or in some cases, allow them because they're fun and it's a random game, so.
We had like that sort of customization happening, which took a while to get right. Oh, my level up test. It's just randomly pressing buttons, or it's pretending to press buttons, while at the same time, so it's like right now it's randomly activated the chronobellum, and every few seconds it's getting a new level. So we're leveling up to max really quickly. Like, yeah, he just activated chronobellum hyperspeed. Yeah. So this has been a pretty good test. I kept it running for hours at a time.
You just have to sit here and watch this?
Well, if I come back after a few hours and it's crashed, then it's a problem. Otherwise, no, it's okay. It's also pretty cool to see like all the mutations just going on and activating.
And then we also got a chicken head mutation in the game that's like a secret mutation that you can unlock, and your head is replaced by a large chicken. That's right. And occasionally chickens now use the toilet in town. That's the other big thing we put in.
If chickens started using toilets, they'd probably stop eating them. Makes you think, huh?
That's
right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that sounds fantastic.
For a lot of the mutations that we did, we were looking at like Cronenberg stuff, or like 80s practical effects, puppetry and stuff. But also one toy that kept coming up was the Mad Balls toy that is just like, for some reason really inspiring to everybody. The symbiote became like really relatable because he's got a face and he can emote and everything. I like the old, really wrinkly one. I was like, but I would never reach for a camera. So it was like a really good opportunity to make something that's really appealing and funny.
I don't know if anybody notices in game, but like it actually flips the hat. Yeah.
So when it comes time for the player to mutate, we just swap out whatever head he might have or legs they might have. Snake it.
Oh, look at this. Disgusting.
Some of the mutations, including one called Death Row, where you have a tail and you lay these little spider hatchlings that follow you around and fight for you. Our initial implementation of that was just these little creatures, and then we were like, well, what if we put the player's head on them? Which is great because it's disturbing and funny.
I don't really have a favorite mutation. I like a challenge, so I don't like getting a weapon that's like super easy to kill everything. I kind of like getting some utility ones that work well together and trying to come up with creative ways to take guys out that don't seem straightforward. Wither and Cloud, light him up, now he's burning to death.